Hello. Welcome to this week's episode of the Life First Business podcast. Today, I want to talk to you about how to define your unique edge as a coach and stand out as your dream client's ideal solution. You'll hear me talk a lot about how it's really important to stand out from the noise. These days, the coaching industry is getting very busy, very noisy. And the coaches that are going to get the fastest traction when they're starting their business or they're early on in their business are the ones that can stand out and be seen to be doing something different from the rest, to have their unique edge. And it's really important to focus on this. And this is one of the key things I focus on with my clients, is helping them to decide what that unique edge is. Because otherwise you're just going to blend into the noise and you're going to find it really difficult to get traction and start attracting your ideal dream clients quickly and seeing the results that you want, signing the clients that you want. I always talk about nailing down your key foundations of your coaching business, and part of that is to do with your personal brand and to do with your unique take on how you help your clients. So there's 3 key ways that I want you to think about crafting your unique edge. And number 1 is to think about your unique perspectives in your industry, your take on what's going on in the space that you're in and how you see a better way, how you see a way of doing things differently from the norm or from what people think is the best way. And this is not about making something up for the sake of it. This is about genuinely digging into your beliefs, your perspectives, your thought leadership in the space that you're in, and understanding how you can position yourself as the solution to your dream clients because they align with the way that you think as well. So for an example, my take on this is having the life first approach to business. So a lot of people might have the opinion that you start up your business, you've got to work, quote unquote, really hard, hustle your way to a certain point, and then suddenly you'll have a business that affords you freedom and flexibility and enjoyment and joy and all those things. Whereas my perspective on it is, no, you need to take that stance from day one in your business to build a business that gives you those things, because I don't believe that a business built on hustle is going to suddenly turn into a balanced, joyful business. You need to take that perspective from day one and weave that ethos into your way of doing business from the start. And I help my clients to do that. I help them to do it by making sure they're focused on the most impactful things, making sure they're having systems approach to the way they're doing things from the beginning, making sure that they're keeping things simple instead of overcomplicating things. So I weave all of that into my processes, my messaging, my frameworks. Everything I do in my business is about helping my clients take that life first approach from the beginning so that they're building the business that they truly want. And you need to think about how you can bring this into your way of coaching as well. And then number 2 is to develop your own methodology or your own framework or frameworks that you bring into your coaching programs. This is going to give you credibility and help you stand out, because you can talk to this framework and you can start to educate your potential clients on why your framework helps them solve the problem that you help them solve. And by doing that and by talking about it and positioning it in a way that it's your unique methodology, it's your IP, it's your way of doing something, sets you apart from just saying, I help you solve this problem by coaching you. If you're saying, I help you solve this problem through my whatever the name is, methodology, suddenly people are going to think, oh, this is something different. This is something I haven't heard before. And then you can shift their way of thinking about how to solve this problem by talking through your framework and weaving that into your sales conversations as a value-based conversation you're having with someone, because you're educating them on the framework that you use to A, set yourself apart, 2, give them value, shift their mindset around what they're thinking is their solution, and then 3, make them see you as a better solution than the other things they've tried, than the other things that they've seen out there. So developing your own methodology and framework is a really, really key way to give yourself an edge as a coach. And then number 3 is looking to create some kind of a legacy through your business, through your brand, that you're not just providing a solution and a transactional solution, you're providing a transformation, you're providing a different way of thinking, a different way of life. You're creating a movement through your coaching. So again, for me, it's that life first approach. I want to attract people that align with that way of thinking, that want to prioritize their well-being, that don't want to wait until everything's perfect and everything's in place in their business and it's running exactly the way they want before they can actually enjoy it, before they can find time to look after themselves and balance their life. I want them to feel that they can do that from day one. And I believe that that's the best way of approaching business, so that the business becomes that life first business that you want, by treating it that way from the beginning. So this is the movement I'm creating with my business, and therefore I'm attracting people who align with that message and align with that big vision that I'm painting for them. And I think that's exactly why I've always had this vision in my coaching business from the very start, but previously I was not niche down to coaches, and particularly wellness and life coaches. But through that message, that those were the people that I was attracting through my coaching, because those were the people that aligned truly with this vision for their business. So it's led me to niche down even further than I was in the beginning, because I had this message behind my business and because I had this idea of a big vision and a movement that I was creating. So when I was going out there and doing talks, or I was presenting workshops, or I was hosting webinars, the people that I was attracting were completely aligned to that message. And that's really important for you too. You don't want to just be attracting anyone. You want to be attracting your dream clients. And if you're talking to something that really resonates with them and it's something that you're truly passionate about, that's when you're going to start to really attract the people that align for you and the people that you're going to love working with. So those three things is your unique perspectives, the big vision, the legacy you want to create through your coaching, and your unique methodology, frameworks, processes that you bring into your coaching. And I want to talk about some of the things that might be misconceptions that some coaches might have about taking some of these steps early on in their business. Again, like niching, I think some people might think, oh yeah, that all sounds great, but I'm not ready for that yet. I'm not ready to really put my flag in the ground and make a stand that these are the messages that I'm putting to my coaching business. But as I say, when you're a new coach and no one knows about you, these are the things that are going to really help you stand out and help you get traction straight away. They're the things that are going to make people stand up and listen. They're the things that are going to resonate with the right people and make them think, oh wow, this coach is, I fully align with what she's saying and I really want to work with her. Without these unique perspectives, without crafting your edge from the beginning, it's much, much harder to stand out. And it doesn't mean you're narrowing down your opportunities. It actually creates more room for your aligned clients. It actually creates more opportunities for you to attract the right people into your business. For people to approach you and say, come and talk at our event, come and appear on our podcast, because you've got something different to say. You've got these unique perspectives to talk about. You've got IP that you can share that no one else has shared before. And that's going to make you stand out as an authority in your niche, as a leader in your space, and as someone different to everyone else that's out there. One of my clients is a menopause wellness coach, and when we first started working together, she was sometimes struggling with how to talk about her business and having the confidence to show up and know what to say and know how to talk about her coaching. And we worked on this, like coming up with what is her movement, what's her legacy, what's her unique perspective. And for her, it's all about embracing life in your 50s and not feeling like menopause is just something that you have to endure and put up with the symptoms of and just get through, and that life is all downhill once you hit this phase of life. Her stance is, no, this can be the best time in your life. You can embrace this period of your life by prioritizing your wellness and working with her as a coach to manage your symptoms and make sure you feel your best. You can make this the best time in your life. You can embrace the phase of your 50s and going through the menopause and see it as something positive and not see it as something negative. So that's her whole ethos in her business now, and that's given her the confidence to talk about it and feel like she's standing out and feel like she's resonating with people, that, you know, it's all about like finding your zest for life. Her colours and her branding are bright orange, bright pink. So it's creating that personal brand for her. It's creating that message. It's creating a movement that people can get behind when they hear it. Yes, I want to be someone that's embracing my life. I want to see this phase of my life as the best years, where I've got the freedom and the energy and the vibrancy to enjoy life and do things I want to do. And by working with her and learning how to prioritize your health in the right way and prioritize your nutrition and your movement and everything that you're doing to look after yourself in this phase of life is appropriate for that phase and is supporting that vision. So that's just an example of how once you pin down what your message is, what your big vision, what your unique edge is, and then having frameworks that are unique to you within that, all those things, not only do they help you stand out, but they help give you the confidence, they help give you the belief in what you're doing and what you're talking about, so that you can bring the right energy when you're talking about your coaching and really help you stand out. So definitely focus on those three things. They're so powerful in your business. And as I say, these are the foundations. These are the things you want to be focusing on before you go into building your website, making your social media strategy, creating lead magnets, making your offer, getting really clear on your personal brand, getting really clear on your niche, and getting really clear on your message should come first. So this is the stuff you want to work on first. You don't want to see it as something that will come later, because none of that other stuff is going to work as effectively until you've got these things pinned down. So I hope that's resonated for you. I hope that's given you some ideas to start thinking about how to craft your unique edge as a coach. Of course, if you want to talk to me about it, if you want to work together to pinpoint these things in your coaching business, then just book a discovery call with me. We can talk through it and I can talk you through how we can work together to do that. I always say it's so much better to have a second set of eyes on your business when you're trying to do it all alone. It can be really difficult to see the wood for the trees, to see the obvious tweaks that can make a big difference. And, you know, you'll know yourself, being a coach is all about having someone reflect back what you're saying to them and being able to pick out the things. And that's what happened with me at my menopause wellness coach client. You know, all those things were there and they were all already in her vision, but she hadn't picked them out yet. And it's only through coaching and through working it through with someone else that we were able to pick that all out and put a name to it and craft it into her messaging and see how we were going to weave that through everything that she was doing. So that's where coaching can really help you when it comes to pinpointing your unique edge. And it's so powerful and it will make all the difference in your coaching business. So if you want to do that together, just get in touch with me. We'll have a chat and we'll take it from there. And otherwise, I hope you have a brilliant week and I'll speak to you next week. Take care.